What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel, Mystic Watch, and today we got a brand new video. So, in today's video, we're going to be talking about how you can grind free-to-play Benimaru to 6-star efficiently, especially if you're free-to-play. So, as of right now, if you've been keeping up with everything that I've been uploading, I am currently free-to-play, with the one caveat being GSSR ticket Soe. I don't even like Soe. He's probably not even going to be on my team. And as you can tell, I completely free to play managed to get everyone else besides this Soe. So for all intensive purposes, I am a free to play person. I have not spent $1 in terms of progressing my account. I haven't even used gems to speed up anything. I've done everything normally at the same pace that everyone else is going. And I'm currently right over 190k EP with my best team, little under 200k, but that's mostly because since I pulled on the new banner and getting a couple new units, it's changing what my team is going to be, so it's going to take a little bit more investment to get everyone up again. Now, that being said, free-to-play Benimaru is going to be one of the most important people on my team, because I have both Xion and Orc Disaster, which is kind of a waste. I don't like Xion. I don't think Xion is that good at all. I think Orc Disaster just does what Xion does, but better. So, that being said, whatever. Either way, I had Orc Disaster, so my team is going to be Dark, which means I want to be grinding out my Dark Benimaru all the way up to level 100 6-star. And for the most part, so does everyone else, right? Like, people just want a 6-star. And we're going to have the two between Shuna and Benimaru, but Benimaru's is pretty tough. And it's not tough in terms of how hard it is to beat the content. It's tough because it's a big investment and you don't have parallel processing. So how do you go about doing it? Well, one thing to keep in mind is to understand where are all the locations of Benimaru if you don't already know. So the one that people might miss is going to the shop and going to the event bazaar and making sure you buy all 5 copies of Benimaru here. This is going to be a big one. This immediately gets him from, 0 to, like, from 4-star to 5-star, or just one awakening within 5-star. Outside of that, if you go to your checklist and you go under event, you have the Shuna on the first tab, but you'll have Benimaru on the second tab. So I believe this is my second bingo sheet, and once I finish this one, whatever. Each bingo sheet gives you two of the dupes, and I'm not entirely sure how many bingo sheets there are, but just don't forget about those and make sure that you're constantly doing them. Now, the big thing is, here, let me go back here. So yeah, these are actually pretty easy to do, and honestly the hardest one is just doing the amount of runs you need to do. That's really it. Now, going here, you probably already saw other people with 6-star Benimaru. And the thing you have to realize, like the thing that's like the most important to understand, is that it is okay to not have 6-star Benimaru right now. This event came out 3 days ago, and it's going to be here for another 25 days. So you have all the time you need to get this event grinded. Actually, let me go back here. And if you take a look, the furthest you need to go to actually get 6-star Benimaru is, I believe, 113 or 117 thousand points. So if you take a look, if you go beyond here, you'll notice that there will be no more Benimarus. And even for the free-to-play Milam, who requires the whatever emblem, her stuff stops pretty early on. Around 100k, I believe. If I scroll up, I think this is the last thing for her, the octagram emblem. Once you have this one, you'll have all everything you need to completely, to truly finish the event. Going beyond that, there's, if you want the tickets, the recruit tickets, this is, nice to have, but they are not necessary, right? It's, one multi that you get to do, and that's about it that you'll get from grinding this out. But there's nothing else here. So your real goal should be 119,000 points, and that'll get you the 30 octagram emblems plus all the Benimarus that you need. So with that in mind, what is the best strategy to go about farming them? So let's kind of talk about how this works. Make it as far as you can, beginner, normal, or expert. The strategy works the same. And the one thing you want to do is you want to fight the mission that is the third from the end, the Serious Orc Enforced Manager. And the reason for that is it's because it is a 3-wave fight, and it won't give you more. You won't get more mysterious lightstones. You will get more mysterious lightstones from farming dedicated aids or faithful fighters. But even I'm like, I can't beat this mission yet. I'm sure I can beat it with a couple of resets and doing things like that. I haven't like truly tried. Most of it is just me doing it on auto. But at this point, I can probably beat it. Either way, you'll get more mysterious lightstones from beating the higher missions you do. But the big thing here is, if you do it on this one, the 3 waves makes it so that you have more of the drops coming outside of that. And the reason why that matters is the Aura of Shadowy Twilight. This is like the big thing you want to farm, because on top of just getting the Benimaru, the reason why he's also so powerful is because this event gives him his own materials to make a weapon and an armor piece. So if we go over to Benimaru, go to equip, you'll notice that I have like the fancy Benimaru sword, Crimson Ogre Warrior, attack increased by 20%. And this is his weapon that you get at 2 stars, which you'll be able to upgrade. So if I go to Forge, go to Enhance, and go to Evolve, you'll notice that not only does it require materials to craft, but it requires materials to evolve. I might as well do that since we're here. Oh, it went to 26. That's pretty cool. Do that. There we go. Okay. But yeah, like if you want to get this up to 5 stars, you're going to need a lot of these. And if you do the final mission, you'll actually end up with less of the Shadowy Twilight Dippledops, whatever you want to call them. Just because of how the mob drops work. You have more mobs dropping everything else. So yeah, that's really it. Now, in terms of that's what missions you want to do. And for the most part, everyone here, like I'm assuming if you're at this point, you're at this progress stage, even if you can't do expert, you should be able to do normal on the same stage. It'll cost 3 less stamina, but the strategy is still the same. So I would do it on this mission until you can do it on this mission. So that's kind of like the general strategy. And in terms of how do you maximize your points, it's going to come down to how well are you using your dark units, which you might not have, right? So the main thing is, let's go to, here we go. Here's an example of like an essentially free-to-play dark team. I have Orc Disaster, but you can also use whatever this guy's name is, Sky Dragon. You can also use Sky Dragon, and you should be able to get a very high amount of drop boost simply through the Benimaru, right? Because the Benimaru gives 30, like starts off at 20%, and the more you keep upgrading him, the more he keeps giving you. So at the moment, he's giving me 34%, which is a lot. And again, this is like the free-to-play version, right? I'm pretty sure everyone has the Rimuru and the Benimaru. The Soe is whatever, and everyone has the Sky Dragon. You might not want to invest in him, so that's completely fine. Don't do that. But you want to get to a point where you have a team strong enough of being able to grind. And this is the team that I was using primarily before. This was my free-to-play team, right? Screw Soe, whatever. And I was using this to grind, and I only ever needed the front 3 people. The other 2, like the last 2 slots could be blank, and I will still beat this mission just fine. And all I had was Orc Disaster and Benimaru in here. And that's it. I was farming at a measly 30 whatever %, and I was going at it. So this is definitely doable, completely free to play. And the reason why I brought up before is that it is okay to not burn through your stamina, because the stamina is extremely lacking here. I only have 15 left, and I do pretty good on trying to get the maximum amount of stamina pots I can. I'm constantly checking my laboratory isn't over full. So this is not going to be something that you finish easily. It's going to take time, and that is fine. Getting to 100 whatever thousand, because I probably already used like 30 stamina pots on farming this. And that's okay. Like, I'm probably going to slow down and I'll get my Benimaru next week. Because the main thing is, as long as you're maximizing the amount of points you're getting while also getting his upgrade material, those two things together, you don't want to just rush through and you're like, well, I can beat the final mission on Faithful Fighters, so I'm going to do that a bunch of times. You're going to have absolutely no upgrade materials to upgrade Benimaru. And then you end up going to have to do extra work for no reason at all. So do the two birds with one stone and farm it on this mission, and make sure that you're maximizing your points by using all of your free-to-play dark units. And keep in mind that you notice it, but they don't have to be a battle unit, right? If you just want to have them on the side and have your main team fighting, as long as you have your Benimaru, whatever protector you're using is fine. You don't have to use Sky Dragon, because it's going to be an investment just to get them up. Just have the Benimaru and maybe like the Dark Rimuru in there, and that should be good enough. But you need to have the Benimaru in there. If you don't have this Benimaru in, you're just throwing. You're literally inting your grind. And do it slowly, right? All I do is usually I'll have this on the side, whether it's on my emulator on BlueStacks or on my phone, and I'll just be doing something else, watching Netflix, doing whatever, and I'll just hit retry every now and then. If you are the more whale-orientated person and you want, the best thing you can do is set up a macro on BlueStacks so that it auto-clicks the retry button and you can leave it running overnight. But again, that requires a lot of stamina. So, pace yourself, and you got it. That's it for this video. Hopefully, it helped break down how to get 6-star free-to-play Benimaru, and next week, or in a few days, however long it takes for me to get it, yeah, I'll make a video on him and show off how he is just to mess around with my first 6-star. That's it. Have a good one, you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.